For more, let's get out to Deirdre Bosa at Morgan Stanley's Tech, Media, and Telecom Conference with a special guest. Deirdre?
Hey, Kelly, thank you so much. That's right. I'm joined by Dan Simkowitz. He is co-president at Morgan Stanley. I appreciate you making the time.
It's great to be here.
Over the next few days, you guys really have a who's who in the tech world. You've got Dario Amodei of Anthropic tonight, Elon Musk dropping in virtually tomorrow, Sam Altman on Thursday, CFOs of mega caps. What is sort of the high-level takeaway so far?
I think what most importantly, the power of innovation, how important it is to the markets and to the broader economy. I think that is on display. You've got tariffs dominating some discussions, but the tech sector today, I'm not sure we can take full credit for it, outperforming pretty significantly. So that's number one. The second is a bit of a Morgan Stanley element, which is this is the purest expression of our strategy. It's pretty simple and straightforward what we do. We help clients allocate capital, manage their capital. And so we have 1,800 investors here at the conference, all-time record. They're engaging with 360 companies. It's the 30th year we've been doing it. I've been coming to the conference for 25 years. And what you're just seeing is, again, the power of innovation and how that can create resiliency, for example, in the U.S. economy, but especially growth. Right. And I think you're hearing, what we're sensing in a little survey action, 90% of the companies are pretty upbeat in their prospects around both the technology market and the demand for their services. So it's a pretty exciting time, despite all the market volatility that we're working through.
Certainly in the backdrop, when you're here at the Palace Hotel, surrounded by all these tech leaders, it can feel like you're in a bubble. But I noticed as some walk by, they're even taking note of the sell-off today, all the tariffs. How much is that factoring into some of the discussions today and yesterday?
I think some. I think to a degree, you've got, we're in the early days, and I think we still have a way to go around trade policy being implemented by the administration. That's creating volatility. That volatility impacts traders, it impacts investors, and it impacts companies. I think on the trading side, whether you're an FX or an interest rate trader or now an equity trader, especially globally, you got to deal with that day to day. Some of the people have to do that themselves here at the conference. Some have trading desks that they have to engage in. But on the investing side, I think they're trying to think long term, which is what is going to be the impact of tariffs to the P&L and of their companies, but especially their supply chain. And then finally, for a company, you got to think about, do I have to redo my income statement and my forecasting around tariffs? And then do I also have to think about longer-term supply chain? I think over time, if we can hit equilibrium, we may not reverse, but hit equilibrium around some of the policies, then some of the bullishness that I think was out there, I think represented, for example, by Stan Druckenmiller in December, which is this is going to be the most pro-growth, pro-action, dereg environment that he's seen in his career. That's still sitting out there, but right now I think it's on pause as we sort of adjust to a new trade regime.
Right, and I wonder, sort of, what is the Morgan Stanley view on the economy? We're less than just a few months into the new administration. I heard Jamie Dimon speak at Stanford last Friday. He was starting to get worried about inflation. What's your view and some of the uncertainties potentially around these new economic policies? I
think if we had a bias, our concern is more on growth than it would be on inflation. I think what you've seen, for example, in the market is attuned to that. The 10-year Treasury has gone from 460 down to 4.1. Just in the last week or two, the probability of rate cuts has emerged back. And so I think what you're seeing in the marketplace today in the last few days is some concern around 25, 26 growth. And so I think that is on investors' minds and corporates' minds as well.